All right, Anna Kepner's mysterious cruise death. So let's talk about what we know and what we don't know right now. Since Kepner's death on a Carnival cruise ship back in November, when her body was found under her bed in her stateroom, we've done a lot of reporting. So in this video, I want to take a look at the timeline of this whole investigation, from the day we learned about the death to the recent text messages that were just revealed. So let's start with this reporting from News 6 correspondent James Stepbrother.
The car of a student, ABC News reports, died on a cruise is still parked at the school she would have graduated from. On Temple Christian School's Facebook page, an administrator writes how much he'll miss 18-year-old Anna Kepner. You were a bright, kind-hearted young woman whose presence brought warmth and energy into the classroom. Your curiosity, your gentle spirit, and the way you cared for those around you made a lasting impression on me and on everyone who knew you.
Her faith in God was really present in all of the kids, and that's really helped them through a lot.
I see that spot and it just makes my heart melt for the family. I can only imagine the pain that they're going through.
As parents I meet send their condolences to Anna's family, neither the FBI nor Carnival Cruise Line are telling us how Anna died on a cruise from Miami. The FBI told me no comment while the investigation's open. And the statement Carnival gave me reads, quote, "Our focus is on supporting the family of our guest."
The family deserves all their time to mourn. I hope that they get whatever answers they need answered.
Hopefully there's some closure in the near future for the family. I would want that if it was my child.
A community in Titusville is mourning the loss of a teen whose car still sits in the parking lot of her school covered in flowers. I'm News 6's Laverne McGee. They're also still trying to figure out exactly what happened to her.
This is a photo of 18-year-old Anna Kepner, who was reportedly on the Carnival cruise ship Horizon when she died. The cruise ship returned to Port Miami on Saturday morning. We reached out to the medical examiner in Miami to find out her exact cause of death, but we're told the spokesperson is off for the holiday. Tuesday morning, the senior cruise director of Carnival Cruises posted this message on X. It says, in part, "What happens on land can sometimes happen at sea. On land, there are first responders who must deal with sadness, heartbreak, and see things that can often, I am sure, be traumatizing. It's the same on a ship as well." He went on to thank the ship's medical and emergency response team. We also saw this post on Facebook by XL Martial Arts saying, in part, "We are completely heartbroken over the loss of Anna K. She was an amazing, super sweet, talented student that had such a big heart." We went there to speak with them, but they were closed.
A week after a teenager died on a cruise, authorities still aren't saying how Anna Kepner died. From Anna's neighborhood to her school, everyone I'm talking to is wondering, when will the FBI give this heartbroken community some answers?
What happened to this poor girl, you know?
Friday, I met neighbor Joe Souza taking a walk on Anna's street. Like many, he's following news about the death. With Miami's medical examiner putting the time of death as Friday, November the 7th, the ship she was on, the Carnival Horizon, returned to Miami the following day.
It was on a cruise ship. The girl was found dead in a room. So who knows what happened, right? The FBI is the only one that's going to find out.
Each time this week when I asked, the FBI told me it had nothing new to report. Meanwhile, Anna's car is still here at Temple Christian School.
The weather's holding the flowers up beautifully and people are still stopping by, visiting.
Parent Dana Wolf told me no one's hearing anything new on campus either.
Answers would be good because it's still been over, a week and nobody knows much other than what the newses are telling you, and that's just it was a death.
And there's a lot of rumors out there.
Absolutely. And within this time frame, there's always a little more details of something coming out about it, and they're still just keeping it as simple as possible.
All right, now let's jump forward. We had just gotten hold of some court documents, and they revealed one of Kepner's step-siblings might be charged in connection with her death.
I'm News 6 investigator Mike DeForest. The FBI is not releasing any details about Titusville teen Anna Kepner's death on a Carnival cruise ship. But according to these court documents from an unrelated child custody case, Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother, quote, is a suspect in her death. When Anna Kepner departed on the Carnival Horizon cruise ship earlier this month, the 18-year-old was joined by her father, her stepmother, and at least 2 of her stepmother's children from another marriage, an 8-year-old daughter and 16-year-old son. Now, these newly obtained court records from a child custody dispute between the stepmother and her ex-husband are revealing new details about the Titusville teen's demise. The 16-year-old child is now a suspect in the death of Anna Kepner during the cruise, the ex-husband's attorney writes. Miami-Dade County's medical examiner says Anna Kepner died on November 7th, the day before the cruise ship returned to port. Law enforcement sources tell CBS News a housekeeper found the 18-year-old's body under the bed in her stateroom. The FBI has not confirmed those details. Although it appears Kepner died in international waters, maritime attorney Jim Walker believes the FBI will handle the investigation similar to a death on U.S. soil.
Well, when a ship is operated by a corporation that is doing business in Florida, and Carnival obviously is, U.S. criminal law can apply to crimes that occur on that ship, provided that either the assailant or the victim is a U.S. national.
Anna Kepner's stepbrother was released from custody and is now living with a relative of his mom, according to court documents. This was to ensure the safety of the youngest child of the parties, as well as the safety of the remaining child of the stepfather. To be clear, this new information identifying Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother as a suspect in her death is coming from that 16-year-old's parents in these court documents, not law enforcement. There is no indication that teen has been charged with any crimes. This online court hearing involving a child custody case took place just hours before a memorial service honoring Anna Kepner.
Can I speak?
This is Chantel Kepner, the children's mother and Anna Kepner's stepmother. She's in a child custody dispute with her ex-husband, Thomas Hudson, seated on the right. The former couple says their 16-year-old son, quote, is a suspect in his stepsister's death.
Well, Your Honor, it's our understanding that because the cruise was in international waters, that the young child, not the 9-year-old, but the 16-year-old was allowed to drink. The teenagers were given their own room in which to stay. Just a lot of circumstances that showed that the mother in this case was not exercising appropriate supervision over this child or the other child involved.
Chantel Kepner's attorney disputes that.
There are videotapes on the ship that confirm that there was absolutely no drinking, and that and DCF investigated and saw that there was no alcohol in Mom's house whatsoever. So I'm not sure where that's coming from.
There was no resolution to the child custody dispute, which will be handled at a future court hearing. We did learn that 16-year-old stepbrother was taken to the hospital after the cruise for undisclosed reasons. He is now living with a relative on his mom's side of the family as the FBI investigation continues.
Right now we're in Titusville. We're outside the Grove Church. We were here while the celebration of life was going on for 18-year-old Anna Kepner. Now, we spoke to her friends who say it was a very emotional scene inside. Take a listen.
Anna was we love her, and we forever will love her.
Describe her.
She was energetic, funny.
Former classmates of 18-year-old Anna Kepner speaking out about their friend following her celebration of life ceremony inside the Grove Church on Thursday evening. How would you describe what it was like in there?
Very loving, yeah, very encouraging. Just to see everybody there supporting each other, like, it was just awesome. You can definitely tell she left her mark.
The family saying the ceremony was meant to remember laughter and love that Anna brought. The parking lot of the church completely filled. Now, what was it like to see this entire place was filled all for her?
Yeah, it was amazing, honestly. Like, I didn't think she put her mark on that many people. When I got here, it was already packed and I barely had a seat, and I was just like, I almost cried as soon as I walked in.
And those friends we spoke with say they plan to honor Anna's life long after her passing.
It has been more than 2 weeks now since Titusville teen Anna Kepner was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship. Now, Kepner's stepmom is asking a judge to seal court records in a separate child custody case. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest joins us live in studio. And Mike, we're now learning how Anna may have died.
Well, Ginger, in an interview with ABC News, Anna Kepner's grandparents say they were told by the FBI that the 18-year-old died by asphyxiation. Now, Anna Kepner reportedly showed no signs of being sexually assaulted and did not appear to have consumed drugs or alcohol. Anna Kepner's grandparents say a cabin steward on the Carnival Horizon cruise ship found her body concealed under a bed. Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother, quote, is a suspect in her murder. Now, that's according to court records in a separate child custody case involving that 16-year-old boy. Kepner's grandmother talked about that stepbrother with ABC News.
He was in a room with her. He was the only one seen coming and going. So I can't accuse him because I don't know what happened in that room. But the summation would be that he did something.
Now, Barbara Kepner there says she overheard that 16-year-old stepbrother saying he does not remember what happened. Meanwhile, the 16-year-old's mother, who is Anna Kepner's stepmother, is asking a judge to seal court records in a child custody dispute involving that boy. Now, Chantel Kepner says both she and her ex-husband should be prohibited from disclosing information about their son, in part to protect his rights to a fair trial should he be charged with a crime. Ginger, he's not charged with anything now. We're learning new details about 18-year-old Anna Kepner's final hours on a Carnival cruise ship. During an unrelated child custody hearing, Kepner's stepmother said her own teenage son is the only suspect in Kepner's murder.
Did you recently go on a cruise?
This is Chantel Kepner. She is the stepmother of Anna Kepner. Her biological son, a 16-year-old boy, is reportedly under investigation for Anna Kepner's death on a cruise ship. Chantel Kepner is in the midst of a child custody dispute with her ex-husband over their 2 children. That was the purpose of this court hearing. Although the custody dispute was not fully resolved, Chantel Kepner was asked questions about the ill-fated cruise.
So where was their room in relation to your room?
Right across the hall. You walked out my door, their door was right in front of it.
Chantel Kepner testified that Anna Kepner voluntarily shared a stateroom with her 14-year-old brother and 16-year-old stepbrother.
And was she given the option of staying in another room?
All 3 of the kids were.
And would that room have been with Grandma and Grandpa?
Correct.
And they didn't want to do that?
No, they wanted to stay together.
Did they all get along?
Yeah, the 3 of them are like the 3 amigos, they're best friends.
According to the family, Anna Kepner's body was found underneath the bed of her stateroom the morning before the Carnival Horizon returned to Miami. Anna Kepner's father was also in court, but he did not testify and declined to speak afterwards. The stepmom's attorney says they still do not know if the 16-year-old could face criminal charges in federal court or if the case will be referred to state prosecutors. Earlier this week, I reached out to the state attorney's office in Brevard County, where the family lives, and the state attorney's office in Miami-Dade County, where that cruise ship docked. Neither of those offices say they've been in contact with the Department of Justice about potentially taking over this case.
Just days before Christmas, we got hold of text messages between Kepner's stepmother and the stepmother's ex-husband. These text messages lay out the different discussions that were being had between her family members just days after her death.
18-year-old Anna Kepner died on November 7th on board a Carnival cruise ship. And the very next day, we see Kepner's stepmother, Chantel Hudson, texting her ex-husband, quote, "I need you to call me ASAP," followed by, "It's an emergency." Thomas Hudson, her ex-husband, then responds asking to take custody of their youngest daughter to, quote, "get her away from the situation." That is when their text messages turn to discuss their 16-year-old son, who the family themselves have said is under FBI investigation related to Kepner's death. When asked if Chantel was able to speak with her son, who was hospitalized following Kepner's death, she responded, "I was able to talk to him last night for under 2 minutes briefly. He just keeps repeating over and over. He can't remember anything." Just 2 minutes later, Thomas Hudson messages, "Okay, I know everything is supposed to be hush-hush for now, but I've seen that it is still getting out with posts and comments between Facebook and TikTok and stuff. I just want to make sure until things are certain that he doesn't get any unnecessary comments towards him." Chantel then responds their youngest child doesn't know anything about the investigation into her brother, and, quote, "I'm waiting on the FBI and the doctors to call me." She also went on to text, "Nobody knows anything about him. He's a minor. And when we talk to the FBI again, we will reiterate that we do not want his name out there, and everything that's been posted on TikTok and social media, nobody knows anything." Regarding potential charges for the 16-year-old stepbrother, his mother then texted, "Once we get the autopsy today, depending on what it says, depend on whether he's booked on these charges."
And that brings us to now. There's still a lot of questions around this whole investigation, what's going on. This is obviously a case we're going to keep a close eye on as it continues to unfold. And as we learn more, we'll keep you updated right here.